Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Moms Making Money Show. I'm your host, Amie Pederson, business mentor and confidence coach for the new and emerging female entrepreneur. Today, I have a really exciting guest, and he's the very first male guest on the show, and I had to have him on. So I was so happy when he actually said yes that he would join us. I have the CMO from Podia, Mr. Len Markidan, and he's going to tell us, he's really going to reiterate why I love Podia so much. Podia is one of my educational partners who I just adore for so many reasons, which we can totally dive into. But even so, Len has worked with so many people over the course of time, and he really gets us. He gets what we need and what our goals are and what we're after. So, Len, I'm going to turn it over to you. Will you tell us a little bit about yourself and how Podia came to be and how you got involved in the mix?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Amie. Thank you so much for having me. And just want to say what an honor it is to be a first on Moms Making Money. I'm very, very excited. As we got to know you at Podia, and I've become a fan of the show. So it's really, really exciting to finally be on this side of the microphone. It's cool. Yeah, so Podia is a platform that helps creators sell online courses, memberships, and digital downloads, basically any kind of digital product. And the reason that Podia exists is because it used to be really hard to sell that kind of stuff online. It used to be really complicated. It used to need a lot of different tools to do that. And so we wanted to simplify it, make it really, really easy to do it. It actually started, interestingly enough, not as an online course platform or membership platform at all, but it actually started as a software tool for GMAT tutors who needed a place to put their content and their courses and schedule their lessons with their students. But as it turned out, a lot more people needed functionality like that. A lot of people needed an easy way to get digital products online. And before Podia was Podia, it was also called Coach. A lot of people know us by our old name, but we changed that in November of last year because it turns out it's actually really, really hard to compete for SEO ranking and mind share with the biggest purse brand in the world. And so Podia is a little bit more memorable, a little bit easier to make stand out. And yeah, we've been Podia since November of last year, and to date we've helped 15,000 plus creators sell things online. And my job here is as the Chief Marketing Officer to make sure as many creators as possible know about us and are empowered by the platform as possible. Yeah.
So I was introduced by somebody who I adore in the business to Podia. I am forever eternally grateful for it too, because what you guys offer, besides the super easy to use software, is unmatched. Completely unmatched. And you guys, Len's not paying me to have him on the show or to say these things. I asked him to be on the show because these are my true feelings. So you guys have unmatched customer service and support, hands down.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. That's really, really kind of you to say. And I appreciate you noticing that. And I think one thing that I think we can all appreciate is that tech can be kind of terrifying. Right? Software can be kind of scary to use. I don't know if I'm the first person in history to think that, but I probably am not. I think a lot of people have probably been scared by tech before, and
myself.
We've all used software that's complicated and confusing and clunky to use, and that really is, I think, a disappointing failure of a software company to not be able to make something that's accessible. But I think that one of the things that is really, really important, especially for a software company in an industry where people are historically just terrified of the tech because historically it's awful, is to be there to support their customers and to be there to hold hands and help people through every step of the way. And so that's why we put such a big emphasis on customer support.
Yeah, because getting told that you're right in the middle of a launch and you have a technical glitch or error, or you're just, because I'm not overly techie, let's just be honest, but when you're in the middle of something and you're trying to get it out and you've set yourself a deadline, or you've told your clients, yeah, I'm going to get this over to you, and then you have some glitch or some thing that you can't figure out, to be told we'll get back to you in 2 or 3 days is not awesome.
No, I can't tell you how many emails we get in the middle of the night from somebody who's not even a customer yet, who had just launched their course on another platform or launched a product on another platform, and are dealing with such a bad technical headache that multiple people have said something like, I'm just in the middle of my launch right now. I'm not going to respond to this email for another week or so, but I'm just emailing you to let you know that I'm going to be signing up for a trial tomorrow. And very, very often they start a trial with Podia, they see it, and they never go back.
Yeah, that's my life story right there. I tried it, I loved it, and I've canceled like every other thing, including like a major email software, like email automation software, I guess, if you will, because the cool thing is you guys thought of everything. You do it all. And one of the things I think, besides the fear of tech, and I'm sure you guys, have talked to plenty of people and you could probably touch on that, is not only is it scary to dive into a new platform if you're like me and you're not overly techie to begin with. And I don't know if techie is even really a word, but we're going to go with it. And
let's use it.
But the cost associated with it, you guys made the cost a no-brainer, obviously. And so having the support, having a cost that's, all in one. So you don't have to spend hundreds or, thousands of dollars just to send your emails out as your list grows. And you also don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars because you have more than X amount of sales pages or download offers or what have you, right? Can you kind of shed some light on some of the things that you've heard over time about, some of these fears of not just the tech, but even investing?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think all of us, or a lot of us probably who've ever had experience with any email marketing software. Anybody who's used any email marketing software is probably familiar with that email that comes in that says something like, "Congratulations, your list has grown. Your new monthly bill is X," and it's higher than whatever it was before, right? And it's always like a congratulations, and that's the only industry where that kind of thing, where that kind of framing is okay, right? Like your plumber never says, "Congratulations, your sink's also broken. Your new bill is blank," and it's just something that I think rubs a lot of people the wrong way, and worse, it trains us that we're getting penalized for our success. That the more we succeed, the more it's going to hurt us. And I think that turns a lot of people off, especially software like that. And so, for us, we never want money to be the reason that people choose not to grow their business. We never want money to be the reason that people choose not to launch. And so we try to make Podia really affordable. It's a flat monthly fee. We don't charge any transaction fees, and we never raise the price based on how many emails you send, how many subscribers you get, how many customers you have. We just try to make it really affordable because it's hard enough as it is to sell products. And I've spoken to enough creators that they price their products based on expecting to pay more in fees. They price their products based on expecting to pay more in transaction fees or their software prices going up. And, they have a harder time selling their products because they've had to raise their prices. And so we never want that to get in the way of people selling. And so we try to keep it really, really affordable and accessible for people.
Well, I think that's huge, especially like with most of the girls that I typically work with, they are brand new. And so they're either converting their side hustle or they're just starting something brand new. And for them to think about investing, hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month before they've ever earned any money just to start an email list, it's like something that, I've heard people tell me like, I can't do that. Maybe this is not the right time. Maybe this is not the right venture. But if you can get something that's, under $50, under $80 for that highest level package, that makes it a little bit more doable. Like, yeah, I can do this. Oh, and it's all in one. It's all inclusive. Like, who doesn't love an all-inclusive package, right? So, I mean, that's so huge. especially
Totally.
for the girls that I work with.
Yeah, and I love hearing from people that replace 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different apps with Podia.
I think I replaced 3, to be totally honest. 3
That's
or
really good.
4, maybe, actually 4.
That's really, really impressive. I love it.
So it's like now I've got Podia and my website, you know?
That's all you need. And soon enough, we'll get you off that website. Don't worry.
Okay. Perfect. We'll just do all in one. And I know that the cool thing about you guys is some people are thinking like, oh, you guys are like the baby grapes, but really you're not, because you have everything that somebody either starting out or emerging or growing or well established would already need. But you guys are on the cutting edge. You guys always have new things coming out. You always have new features that you're implementing. I remember the first time I spoke with you, it was like, I asked you a question about something and you're like, oh yeah, that's coming out next week. And I was like, oh, perfect timing. I'm glad I asked, you know? So it's not, there's nothing missing with Podia compared to any other platform. If anything, it's better, you know, because everything that you need is there.
Totally. And I think that one of the big challenges with a lot of software is that you can build feature after feature after feature, but a lot of the software ends up looking like, you know, when you have a fridge and you put a bunch of magnets on it and you just keep putting magnets on it every time you come home from a trip, or every time you get, you know, you just pile magnets on and on and on and on. And then eventually you look at this fridge and it's just kind of this like clunky, complex, confusing collection of magnets that you can't really make sense of anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of products look like that because they just keep adding feature after feature after feature. And so our goal is not to be, you know, is not to have every last possible edge case feature to let you do every possible thing. Our goal is to create software that gets out of your way. And in order to do that, you know, we keep it very simple. We have all the features that, you know, data shows us you need to sell. You can go nuts on the marketing side with things like upsells and payment plans and affiliate marketing and coupons and all that. You can still, you know, you have all the features that you need to create your courses, create your digital downloads, create your memberships. But we try deliberately not to go too deep into the weeds and make the product really confusing. But yeah, we are also very constantly shipping new things and releasing new features. And right before we went on the air here, I told you about a feature we're releasing in a week that I think is going to be massive for us. And by the time this airs, I think there are going to be a couple more features that we release that are going to be really exciting for our creators.
Yeah, like I said, always on the cutting edge, always new stuff. You guys, I love that you guys really take creators like myself and visionaries and, you know, people at every level of business, and you actually think about, what do they need right now? What can we help them with? What can we give them as far as tools and resources that will increase their earnings, increase their income, make it easier for their customers to pay, you know, to pay and check out. And I don't know. I just, like I said, I'm not techie, so I don't know how any of this stuff behind the scenes works as far as programming and stuff, but you guys like have it figured out. So what can you say? I'm trying to think without giving, because we want to surprise everybody with the new stuff coming out. But what do you think is the funnest part about working with creators?
Oh, it's easy. That question is so easy to me. It's seeing people, it's seeing people's reaction when they make their very first sale. It's seeing people's reaction when they realize that they can put something out into the world and people will buy it. And somebody votes with their wallet and says, "Hey, I believe in you. I trust you enough that I'm going to pay my hard-earned money for something that you've created." And seeing the transformation that happens in a creator the very first time that happens is absolutely unbelievable. And we're so lucky to see that happen every day.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Getting that feedback from a client or even a potential client that, you know, because you guys offer a really great free trial. You don't even have to put in your credit card. And even when you get somebody who takes a free course or gets a free download from you and they say, like, I've already implemented this and it's already, you know, changed my business or increased my revenue or, you know, made me feel more confident, you know, or I had one gal who, after we did a live training together, she earned money while she was still in the 7-day free trial on Podia.
That's amazing.
She was bringing in income within the first couple of days. So, I mean, hearing that, it just, I don't know, I feel almost sometimes, and you probably feel slightly like this, I feel kind of like a mama bear over my clients. And, you know, I feel like I'm protective of them, but I'm also, I'm super excited to hear their successes. You know, I'm like clapping my hands and jumping up and down half the time when they tell me about those first sales and those first big moments. And I feel like you guys, because you're so hands-on, that you guys probably, not to say that you're mama bears, maybe more like daddy bears, but that you guys do that too.
Well, we have a mix of mama bears and daddy bears on our team,
yes.
but it's, you know, a lot of sales teams in different tech companies, especially, they have like a gong in the office that somebody will ring whenever they make a sale.
Right.
We actually have, so we're a remote team, so we don't have a gong, but we have a Slack notification. Everybody on the team knows when a customer makes their first sale. And it really is just cause for celebration for all of us. It really is why we do what we do. It's truly, truly incredible to see. So yeah, we definitely feel protective and proud of our customers when they make that accomplishment.
Yes. And I kind of wanted to talk to you about, you guys made things very intuitive and very easy. I've been doing some research on New Year's resolutions and different things. And, you know, by the time this episode airs, I think this statistic will kind of ring true that 42% of people say that it's too difficult to stick to their goals that they've set for the new year. So whether that's business or fitness or whatever. So by implementing a tool that's, I mean, so super simple to use, I feel like that shifts that percentage a bit. It helps, you know, stack the deck in our favor for, you know, us creators and business owners, and especially all of the new people just starting out and just getting their feet wet and trying to learn everything. And I feel like that's really super important to have something that you can master right away, so that you don't end up like me. I think you and I had talked about this. I took a hiatus from any type of sales pages at all whatsoever for 6 months when I first launched my business, because I just got overwhelmed. I was so stressed out. I couldn't figure out how to link it to my email. I couldn't figure out how to link it to my website. I couldn't figure out how to create the dang page. And it ended up costing me, I'm not even going to lie, it cost me thousands of dollars. And so I just walked away. I was so, I don't know, I was just so turned off by it and so overwhelmed and so irritated. And I just thought I would never figure it out. And I didn't have anybody to ask questions to. So that was part of that thousands of dollars, because I had to hire somebody to help me through it. And my experience with you guys has been completely the opposite of that, where it's like, oh, you need help with that? Like, yeah, sure. We can either take care of it for you or, you know, walk you through it step by step.
Well, that 42% stat is really, really interesting. And it makes a lot of sense. I mean, we always we tend to take the path of least resistance, and that doesn't make us lazy or you know, or dumb or anything. It just makes us human. And imagine, you know, so many New Year's resolutions, for example, are about going to the gym, right? And imagine you make a New Year's resolution to work out, and it's January 1st, or let's say it's January 3rd, and you've been doing it for a couple of days, and you go to the gym, and there's a sign on the door that says the gym's closed today. Well, what are you going to do? I mean, most people, probably because they're human, that's an easy out. Right? It's an easy out to just say, okay, well, I'm going to go home and work out tomorrow. And then maybe you never, you know, work out again that year, or maybe you fall off the wagon. And the same thing happens with software. The same thing happens with tools, right? I mean, you can make a New Year's resolution that this is going to be the year that you build your course. This is going to be the year that you finally launch your online business, your membership, your ebook, whatever it might be.
Yep.
And you start working on it. And you log in one day and you're locked out of the platform because it's broken, or you hit some some nasty technical bug, or you write 3 pages of your course and the platform doesn't save it and you've lost all that work. Oh. That's an easy out, right? That's an easy out. And I know that when I say that, I'm turning the dagger in some hearts, because we've all had that happen to us. But yeah, I mean, it's absolutely true. What you're saying is absolutely true. And you want to use something that's going to make life easy for you, and that isn't going to give you that easy out, because it's hard enough as it is.
Agree. I absolutely agree. And some of those did hit home for me a little bit, actually. But no, it's like, I always say the hardest part about working out is getting to the gym. So yeah, if the gym is closed, then it's like, oh, well, I don't have to go.
Yeah, exactly. And if your course platform's down.
Yeah, I totally, totally agree. Well, I wanted to do something that we don't typically do on the show, and I wanted to do something kind of fun. What is one just kind of random tip that you can give somebody in any area that you can think of that will help them stay going with confidence in their business from a marketer standpoint? Because I think marketing is something that most people struggle with the most.
That's a great question. I would say that the number one thing that you can do is whatever the big project you have in front of you is, whatever the big marketing campaign that you've been thinking about for the last few weeks, or whatever the big effort that you need to put in to get to where you're trying to go. You probably have it in front of you. You probably have it in your head. Maybe it's been weighing on you. Pick the tiniest possible step and do it today. Don't save it until January 1st. Don't save it until, I think January 1st is the weekend, so don't save it until January 2nd, or maybe it's not.
Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Don't save it till the 7th. Take the tiniest possible step that you can today, and then tomorrow, take the next tiniest possible step. So if you're thinking that you're going to launch a big Facebook ads campaign and you're going to use it to sell your product, write the copy for one ad today. Or if you're thinking that you're going to create a course and you're going to launch it in January, just outline it today, or come up with an outline of the modules that you need to write. Just start that thing today. It won't take you very long, but building momentum is absolutely the number one most powerful thing that you have when you're building a business. And the more you can start that momentum going and keep that momentum going, the easier your life will be.
Yes, I feel like we're on sync with, I just recorded something about this exact topic yesterday. So it's super funny that was your tip, because I love that.
Nice. Yeah, there's a Stanford psychologist named BJ Fogg who's absolutely brilliant. And he had one of his tips that I absolutely love is, if you are trying to build a habit of flossing, don't set a goal of flossing twice a day for a week. Set a goal of flossing a single tooth. Because if you floss a single tooth, of course you're going to floss more teeth. Of course that momentum is going to carry over. The hardest part is just picking up that floss, wrapping it around your fingers, and getting it in between two teeth the very first time.
Yes, that's so true. Even you hear personal trainers say, just focus on the first 5 minutes. Because once you make it 5 minutes, then you can make it the next 5 minutes, and then you can make it the full 30 minutes, or you know what I mean? Like, so that's perfect. I love that. I absolutely love that. We have a link that we're going to go ahead and share in the notes here. And this link, Len, correct me if I'm wrong, this link will give you a free trial of Podia. You don't have to put in your credit card. You can try it out completely risk-free. You don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I forgot, and it's been a month and I got this strange charge and I never even checked it out. You don't have to worry about that. And then with this particular link, you'll get 15% off.
That's right. Yeah, 15% off for life. And that means no matter what plan you choose. So we have our monthly, our mover plan, our shaker plan. They're $39 and $79. And we also have annual billing, which gives you some free time as well, and a little bit of a discount. So that 15% off is going to stay with you no matter what plan you choose. And if you ever upgrade or downgrade, that discount's going to stay right on your plan. And obviously, because you're coming through Amie's page, we're going to take extra special care of you.
Awesome. Well, I wouldn't doubt that you guys would take extra special care either way, but I'm going to definitely make sure to put that link in there for you guys. You can give it a try, fall in love with it like I did, and then, of course, take advantage of that amazing lifetime savings. So, Len, do you have any parting words for our audience?
No, well, I encourage so Pepsi has their Pepsi challenge. I want to encourage everybody to just take the Podia challenge. So go to Podia when you start, even before you start your free trial. If you don't, if you're not quite ready to start the free trial, I encourage you to just pop open that live chat button on the bottom right of any page on the site, or after you start your trial, pop open that live chat button and talk to our support team. They're absolutely incredible. And I haven't talked to anybody who has interacted with our support team and ended up having a bad time. So do definitely make sure you take advantage of that. And before you start your trial, after you start your trial, take the Podia challenge, hang out with our support team, and let us wow you.
Yes, and since we're kicking off the new year, please know that this Podia challenge is sugar-free and 0 carbs, so you don't have to worry about it impacting your New Year's resolution at all whatsoever.
You will not be in that 42%.
That's right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Len. I'm so honored that you have joined us for this show and shed so much light, not only on Podia, but marketing in general. It's been I always have so much fun when I talk to you. So it's been such a great conversation.
Thank you so much. And I want to wish all of the Busy Fit moms a wonderful, wonderful 2019.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm sure you guys will be hearing from Len or one of our friends over at Podia again. So yes, definitely be sure you check that out. You can follow Podia on all the places on social media, and just let them know how much you actually really enjoy using their platform and show them some love.
Thanks, Amie.
All right. Talk to you soon, Len.
Bye-bye.